I know it's been so long since I've made a vlog for you, but I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. In the time that I've been absent away from YouTube, my business has grown quite a lot, and I found that my old methods of creating art and selling art had to change. So, making products and stuff, it had to become a bit more efficient for the workload that I was now needing to sort of work to. So I had to change things like my printer, and I ended up getting a new desk. I still have my other one. I'll give you a little tour in a minute, and then we can go through all the different things that I got that helped me with my increasing workload. And it's all good things to keep in mind if your business is expanding and you need to find more sufficient ways of making your products, especially art products. So the first thing that I replaced was my old printer, and that printer was a Canon MG3050. While it was really good quality, I never had any complaints from customers or anything like that, it started to just break down, and it wouldn't take the paper in, and it was printing it not straight on the page, not with an alignment, and it didn't matter how many times I did the print head alignment or anything, it just kept doing it because it couldn't take the page in properly. And so that was causing issues with my Cricut because the lines weren't in the right place, so the Cricut was cutting it wrong. So it just got to the point where it was better for the business to replace it, and especially because my workload had increased, I needed something that was going to be quicker, because what I was doing is spending like a whole day doing 30 odd orders, and it shouldn't take me that long. So things needed to be made more efficient, and with the printer that I was using, I was going through 2 ink cartridges in about 2 weeks. It depended on how many orders I got, but it would probably, I'd say, average every 2 weeks I'd buy 2 new cartridges. And not only is that expensive, it's not very environmental friendly, and that's something that's very important to me. So I wanted to look at getting something that was a bit more eco-friendly and better quality, and something that could just handle extra workload. So that's when I got this printer, which is the Epson EcoTank 2710. It comes with this refillable ink slot. They're all different, I don't know what you'd call them, like different cartridges in there that you refill with ink. And when you first buy it, they supply you with these bottles of ink. Most of it's been used already, but so all you do is you pull open this bit at the top, and then you can easily refill them. So it's a lot better, and this lasts longer as well in comparison to the Canon. This one is more for like if you have a small business, but you're not just starting out, you're getting, I don't know, like 30, 40 orders a week. That will handle your illustrations and your your prints, your stickers and all of that stuff. And the ink, I've done quite a few orders already, and the ink has barely moved in creating my ink art products. When I was looking into what printer I should get, the one thing that people said about this printer was that it was slow to print. And while I can notice like a tad bit of slowness, it's not really anything that I would complain about currently. But if you were doing, say, I don't know, 100 orders a week, maybe you would need something that was a bit faster. But like I said, it's not an issue to me at all, because when that's printing, I can then be focusing on something else, like doing the backing cards for my stickers, or getting another order ready. And then the other printer that I got to help with my workflow and everything was this dymo labelwriter, the 4XL one. And I've only just recently got that, and it's so that I don't have to keep printing Royal Mail labels onto A4 copy paper, and then having to cut like half the page away, because it doesn't actually, they make it so that it comes up with like a dialogue of what you've got to actually do and things, and you don't really need that, you just need the label. So this is a bit better because you can make it so that the shipping label just prints onto one of those labels inside, if I show you. So yeah, the only thing is I don't know if it's just because it's early days and I haven't figured it out, but you can't print the customs label if you're shipping abroad, and you can't print the shipping label on one. It has to, because the writing is too small, so it has to just be the shipping label, and then customs label is going to have to be done separately. And at the moment I'm printing a customs label on there, which I got offline, printing direct from the Royal Mail site, and then filling it in myself. But I think in future, to be a bit more cost effective, what I'm going to need to do is get a roll of customs labels from the post office, or yeah, I think that's probably the best option. But since having this, it has sped things up, because what I found was taking me so long was that once it was all printed out, that's fine, but then I had to cut out the label from the page, and then I had to use tape, which I also don't like doing. I don't like using sellotape, to tape down the label, and the label wasn't, I don't know, durable enough, so it wasn't like sticking as well to the envelope, and then also it could rub on the other envelopes and then peel some, and yeah, it just got really frustrating and very time consuming. It was taking me about an hour after actually making up my orders just to put the shipping on, which is a bit ridiculous. The third item that I got to help the organisation in my workspace was this 6-drawered chest of drawers from IKEA. It was quite expensive, and I really did debate on whether or not to get it, just because of how expensive it was, but I really needed something that had some decent sized drawers to put all my stuff in, and you know, something that I could organise all my stuff a bit better in, and it also matched my theme in my art room. Before I got this chest of drawers, I was using a wooden set chest of drawers and a black wired like storage system, and it just didn't really go, it didn't really match, and it just sort of made the room look quite messy. I love the fact that it matches my art room sort of decor now, and now I can use these drawers to store all the products, and I can make them up easier, and it should help with the workflow. The other items I got, which you can't really see this one over here, but I don't know if you can tell, but it goes quite far back down there. It's quite a deep tub, and in there I've just stored like old sketchbooks and things that I might need in the future, but currently I don't need them to hand, so it's just handy to have them all in this area so that when I do need them I can just get them out of there. And then this smaller tub that I got, I'm using to store all my witchy things, so it's got all my tarot cards in here. It's got some really cute new candles that I'm going to put around my room soon, and then it's got my incense and my little jars of like herbs and plants and stuff. So this is really handy because I like to keep my witchy stuff in my art room and around my workspace, because if you look up there, I just sort of like to have all that stuff around. I think it really helps with the atmosphere. And then the last thing that I got was this table. This was £45 from IKEA, which really isn't that bad, I don't think at all. And the legs are actually made of metal, but it doesn't really bother me because they sort of blend in. I would have normally preferred wood, but because you can't really tell, it's not really an issue to me. And I really do like how it comes with these little, they're like supports. I'll link down below what table this actually is. But like you can change the height of the table and things over there. And these are just extra supports, but you can like store stuff in them, which I always find really cool. I love like hidden storage areas. And so I got this table just so that I could store my laminator and all the extra bits, and it just gives me a little bit more like workspace to work with. Before, I didn't actually have my plants or my crystals or anything on my tabletop, just because there wasn't much room to like actually work and to have it decorated. But now I have them all on there, and it just makes me feel so much happier and just like adds to the atmosphere. The other thing that I have is this plastic storage system from IKEA as well. I didn't actually get this time round, and it's actually meant to be like I think 6 storage like tubs high, but I've taken these ones off just to have them on my table so that I can, you know, have some places to put some ready-made stickers and future products and stuff like that. It's just like another way of sorting it to just help, you know, the workflow. So like I was saying before, the chest of drawers was supposed to be an extra sort of storage system and to help with the workflow. And originally I sort of thought, well, I can make up my sticker packs now and I can actually have a place to put them where it's not just in I think I made a video about it before, where I have them in this file organizer. And the problem with that is it's great if you haven't got that many products, like different products and stuff, and you've only got a few, but because I've started to add quite a lot, there's almost too much to go in that little organizer. I need something like drawers, like a filing system, where it will be a lot easier for me to just get ready-made products out. A lot of my stuff is still very like made to order, and it's not you know, made up already, but because my workload is increasing, I'm going to need like things to be made up in advance just so that I can get out my products to customers quickly, especially with this coronavirus and everything, the protests going on and all that stuff. It all affects the shipping and how fast it takes to get to people. So the majority of my customers are actually from the US, and so I need to have stuff that ships quickly, or that stuff I can get out the door really quickly, because then it just, you know, takes off a few days that it takes to get there, and people aren't waiting around, because at the moment it's taking up to 4 weeks to get to customers, which is really bad and really awful. And so the sooner I can get out the door, the sooner I can get to them. And all of this stuff helps to speed up the process of actually making people's orders. So having that tower on my table means that I can pre-make orders like the green witch sticker pack, the herb witch, all my sticker packs, all my prints. I can pre-make most of them, or the top selling ones at least, and I can put them in that storage tower. And then when, you know, someone's order comes through, I can quickly make it up for them and get it out, and they don't have to wait around ages for their items. And then the printer obviously helps to make those products faster, because before, I think, like I said, the paper wasn't going in, so I actually had to stand there and hold it so the paper would feed through properly. And that slows down things, because when that's printing, I should be, you know, doing other stuff. I could be laminating products, laminating sticker sheets and cards. So it just made sense to replace the old things that I used, or the old methods that I used. Now, if you are just starting your art business, I wouldn't recommend buying all this stuff straight away, because it can get quite pricey, and you don't need it to begin with. You know, when you're building a business and you're growing a business, you don't need a really expensive printer. I mean, it's great if you can. If you can afford to do it, then do it, because eco-friendly printers are always a better option, and, you know, a label writer will save you time. And as, you know, an extra tabletop will help as well. It will all help, but if you don't have the money to do it, then don't worry about it, because you really don't need to. I've had my business for the illustration side of my business has been about two years? I think it's been about 2 years, or just under 2 years. And before that I was doing some like realistics and custom portraits for people, and I didn't need all this crazy stuff because I wasn't getting the orders. And when I started the illustration business, I didn't need all of these fancy printers and things like that, because I wasn't getting that many orders, so it was a lot easier to just take my time with things. And a little tip that I have is, if you do have a small room to do your business, to do your illustration business, then like I do, because I have a small room to do my work in, and it's not a problem at all. And one thing that really helps is this white furniture. It helps to just like lighten up the room and keep it really nice and airy. So before I actually ordered this table and my chest of drawers and stuff, I thought like putting the table here and having this table in front of me as well was going to make the room look so much smaller, but actually I think because it's white furniture and because it's not I don't know what the word is, because it's not like mismatched furniture, it doesn't look so chaotic, and I think it like opens it up and it sort of like brightens it up a bit. So it really helps, in my opinion, it really helps to have white furniture. So now my favourite part, I'm going to give you guys a little tour of the room as it is at the moment. I've still got a few things I want to do, so I still want to make up some products, but and then obviously store them, and I still need to organise my chest of drawers. So that's all not done, but I want to show you the rest of the room and show you how it's looking. I'm so happy that I can finally have all my crystals out on my crystal shelf and have all my plants out. I made this a little while ago now, and I will always love it. I also made this wall hanging. I've been wanting to sell wall hangers for so long now, but I never actually get around to making them and listing them. But I really do enjoy making them when I do finally get around to making them. So for my speed paints and anything sort of video related like that, tutorials, things, I use this mic, and I actually have over here a, I don't actually know what it's called, but it's one of those things that goes in front of the mic to stop stop it picking up like really subtle noises, I guess. And then I've got my laptop here on this acrylic stand. If I can show you. Under there, woohoo! And under there I keep my drawing tablet, and I also keep my little wires for my printers and for my Cricut and stuff. Usually they're tucked under here, but I seem to have lost one. And it keeps them slightly hidden, not properly, but I only have 3 USB ports, so one's for my mouse. So I have to change these ones up quite a lot, like which ones I use. So I usually leave them hanging at the side there. And then my Cricut is here, and it doesn't work like this, like you can't have it on and cutting things like this because it's too close to the wall. But generally I just move it a little bit forward to about here, and then it can carry on. And then I've still got all this workspace here, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're just drawing on there, it's plenty enough. So I can have that going, and I can have that printing because the drawer comes out. And it can, hold the paper that's coming out there, so nothing will fall or anything like that. With a label writer, I get a little bit like paranoid because it's thermal, so that I will bring down onto the table to use. And then that can just carry on printing, and the label just like flows behind it, so I don't even need to worry about that either. And then over here I have my laminator, which is what I use to make my stickers thicker and a bit higher quality. And with this, I will usually pull this out from the wall a little bit, and then the paper goes in here, and I just need enough room here for an A4 sheet so that it doesn't hit anything or bend while it's still in the laminator. So that makes it nice and simple, and I can just leave that going while I'm doing something else as well. And then, like I showed you guys before, this is just like my decorative area, but what I imagine it would be good for is like if my kids ever need to do some drawings or want to do some schoolwork or want to be by me while they're doing anything like crafty, then this bit of the table or desk or whatever can just be for them, which I think is quite nice. There's my little like decorative shelf. It doesn't really do much, but it's a great place for me to have my incense going. So yeah, I really love those little corner shelves. And then this is this like little unit that I've had for a little while, and I keep my envelopes in here, so I use hardback envelopes just to try and keep people's orders safe. And I've got A6 ones, A5 ones, A4 and A3 ones there. And then I have my tissue paper, which I need to cut up some more, but I cut it into the size that I need it. So for some orders I'll need A6 tissue paper, some orders I'll need, not A6, sorry, A5 tissue paper, and some orders I'll need A4 size tissue paper. So I generally, well now, I didn't used to before, but now I make them up and leave them there because that also just helps to like package it up. And then I've got my compostable wallets there, and the other ones, my A5 ones, are in the drawer. I should probably move those to over here, but they're just in there for the time being. And then I've got art pencils and printer paper, and then my Cricut mats, and then extra Fabriano, which I've got over here. I was actually making my oracle cards with that Fabriano, but it keeps going out of stock, so I had to find something better to use and something that printed a bit higher quality. That Fabriano paper just kind of absorbed it a bit, and I think it's because it's watercolour paper. And then I have my yarn for making my bookmarks and things, and underneath here is just my like filing, some originals and some of my stuff used to make photos for Etsy. And then over in the corner is my fun recycling bins. And then it's obviously the chest of drawers area, which isn't super organised, but I've got my paints up there, got some acrylics, got some paint supplies like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the stuff that you put on the paper to cover an area where you don't want the ink to go. I should really know this, can't remember it, but yeah, so I've got bottles of that and stuff like that back there. Then I've got extra supplies like card for my prints. And then I've got like beauty supplies there and my hairdryer and things like that. And then my cutter, which I'm probably going to need to find a better place for it. But that's where it sits at the moment. And then obviously we've got the drawers, and at the moment it's just a little bit of a mess. So I've got receipts in here, I've got like electronical stuff like wires and whiteboard markers and fabric rulers and stuff like that. And then in here is just almost like my junk drawer at the moment. Not really junk, but you know, there's always that one drawer which you like dump everything into. So that's got my paints in it, and then it's got like stuff to hang up pictures, like my hammers and nails and clay stuff, extra pencils. It's got these coasters which I really wanted to make, you know, into like paint some stuff on them and then sell them, but another thing I haven't actually got around to doing. One thing that's really cool about these, typical it didn't do it then. One thing that's really cool about these drawers is that they're like a silent close, but I've somehow managed to get my wire stuck, so now they won't close. Right, so yeah, so they're a silent close, and just, not silent, but you know, it's like a soft close. That's what I was looking for, soft close, not silent close. And they're quite decent sized drawers, I think. I would say so. I couldn't really see on the IKEA website, so I'm showing you now so that you have an idea of the depth. And let me see. I actually have a ruler here to show you the depth of the drawer. But yeah, it's really spacious, and I can obviously store a few things in there. These drawers hate me, they're just trying to show me up on camera today. And yeah, and then I've got things like my scales to weigh my envelopes. Yeah, so my scales help to make your shipping online, which is really handy. And then I've got like envelopes, my packing labels, some old tape, which is not to be used anymore, yay! And some old ink, which I'm gonna have to try and like give that printer away to somebody who can make use of it. and some cards that are in the making and some that are not printed right, so, and they're from the old printer. And at the moment I've just got this in here, which is my little folder of some of my listings, but there's not really anything left in there, so I need to make them up now. Yeah, so I just got a bit of extra space to use up. But yeah, so at the moment it's not massively being used, but I will definitely find some use for it soon. So those are all the new office supplies that I've got. I will link them down below so you guys can see if you are interested in getting any of these things. I hope it was helpful for you guys, for anyone who's expanding their illustration business, to know exactly how things might help you to make your art more efficiently. I'm going to be starting a little vlog series which is going to be how to start your own illustration art business. So that's really exciting, and it's going to be in sections, you know, different parts, so it's not going to be like one chunk of videos, so a lot easier to sort of take in the information and things. In that I'll show you how I use my certain things and how you might want to make certain products up, and things to think about when you're making art products up, such as prints and stickers. Also, if anyone's interested, I will try and make some Etsy sort of themed ones as well to help you on Etsy, and how to sort of be seen on Etsy a bit more, some little tips that I found have worked for me. Let me know if you guys would like to see something like that, and then I can get to making those videos for you. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope it was helpful for you. And I'm so glad to be back. So if you are not a subscriber yet, it would mean the world to me if you could please like and subscribe, and I will create more art related videos and helpful videos on how to make your own business, start up your own illustration business, which is something that I sort of looked into when I was first starting, and I couldn't really find a lot of like help and information, so a lot of the stuff I just sort of found out on my own, and I'd like to help other people out there as well starting their illustration business. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye!